Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back. So recently, just been watching a video called Jimmy from by Jimmy Jan. I don't know if you guys heard of this YouTuber. Actually, he was posting a couple of videos recently about his experience in Latin America. He posted a video where he was in Colombia, in Medellin, where he was inviting all these girls to party, them having fun and hooking up all the girls, and then another video in Brazil where he goes to a party and then he'll go hook up with other girls, and he's having fun, like interviewing people, and seems like Latin America is all fun and it's like all easy and everything, right? So today I'm gonna talk about, like, is it really like that? Because I've also seen other videos where, like, there's a couple of other YouTubers. There was a guy called Obi something channel, and he was a documentary maker, and he exposes what happens, the dangers of Colombia. And in one of the episodes where I put the link down below, he talks about an Asian guy getting killed in Colombia, and I don't remember his name. He's from the home community or something. I think those guys originally from Laos. Not very familiar with them, but he was Asian American guy, and he was in his 50s. He got fed up with dating. I think he had some bad problems in dating in the U.S., so he went down to Colombia, tried to have some fun. He ended up meeting a girl in this put the picture, and what happened then is. The girl drugged him and invited him to her house in the shanty towns, or what you in Spanish you call them comunas, and outskirts of Medellin, and then they kidnapped him, and then the guy got killed because I don't know what exactly went down, but yeah, it's very unfortunate because. Thing is also, like, if you look at it, these people getting killed in Colombia, a lot of them are Asian people. So, are they really targeting Asians in Colombia, or they just or not? I think actually they're targeting all tourists, not just Asians. So if you look at some of the other videos this guy exposes on his channel, OB channel, the girl uses this drug called Sapopamine or something. So basically, this drugs makes you like just pass out, and you don't realize anything, and then girl then robs your stuff, asks other people to come and rob your stuff. So everybody's saying that Medellin is not a very safe place anymore. I'm not there right now, but I would say when I was in Colombia, it was 8 years ago. It was relatively safe because before the pandemic everything was decent. Everything, although I did feel that Medellin, Colombia, Bogota, and Cali were a little bit more quiet than I would have wished. Because in Brazil it's a bit more busier on the streets. Especially if you live in Europe, the streets are a lot more busier. So. That's one thing about Colombia which I sometimes did not like, is the streets are kind of quiet, which means that it can be also more dangerous. Because if there's more people on the street, that you can ask for help and everything, right? So I'm gonna talk about why these guys going to Medellin, why these guys going to Colombia. Everybody's going to Colombia these days, like. Colombia is no longer a secret. Every guy and his uncle is going to Colombia these days. I remember also this guy called Where's Wes. I watched. He was also in Colombia, married a Colombian wife previously, and it's not just Asian guys. I mean, you got guys from Europe, you got guys from Africa, from America, all going. Now everybody's in Colombia. So the tourists are seeing this now as a sort of a cash grab, they set up the Tinder profile. I remember this guy saying this girl sets up like 50 different fake Tinder profiles or different name, but it's actually the same girl drugging and robbing everybody, and it's just ridiculous. They are seeing basically this as a cash grab. You gringos coming in, you want to just basically most people it was for sex tourism, right? So they're just robbing everybody. But what I want to say also, the second part of this is how to be. Should you still go? I think if you're really depressed, if you're not getting much girls that you like in the West, say for example in America, then yeah, sure, go have fun, but have some precautions. Like, for example, the thing for number one is that don't go on the street at night when there's not many people. That's one thing I didn't like much about Colombia compared to Brazil. In places like Rio, like Copacabana or Ipanema, even in the night, like 10 p.m., there's always a lot of people. Especially the beach is very brightly lit, so a lot of people jogging. So that's kind of like the kind of environment you want to be in. Don't go to like shanty towns. Don't go to comunas, favelas, unless you got a group going with you. I mean, like I've lived in São Paulo for 2 years. There's only one time I went to a favela. So very, very rare. And even that time, I was just out of curiosity. I didn't really want to. And there's no point going, right? Unless you're going to meet, some family or you live there, or there's not much point going. I mean, like, even if you're going to meet a girl, I would say, what happens is, maybe I would think that you need to know her very well, and then, which brings me to the second part, and what the guy. Why this thing happened? Why this guy got into trouble? Because I think the thing is you gotta watch out, like, people in general, right? I don't know, because it sounds to me like by looking at the girl's picture, it seems that the red hair girl, she's not she's not an innocent girl, man. Like, come on, anybody can see that. I think he could have saw that as well. I don't think. He was 50, she was 19. I don't think he was that naive enough or stupid enough to think that this wasn't a sugar daddy relationship. Anybody can see that. I don't think he's that stupid. But when some people they go overseas, they see a girl like that and they're like, they see, especially like girls look like that kind of. As she was type of more like a Kim Kardashian type, so especially a girl like that, it's just you can get too trusting, of these girls. So if it was like, for example, I could easily tell that girl, with that smirk in the picture. With that sort of style, in Latin America, it's difficult. You see, like people like other guys like David Bond, he goes for those girls, but he's always with group. He's always with Mike, right? So he's also with a group of friends. He doesn't go to a commune by himself, right? And he's reading it much better. So you need to understand the people. The other point is, the guy, the guy did not understand her enough. End of at the end of the day, because what happened was the girl had, in the documentary, they said the girl had another boyfriend who was about her age, and they kind of planted this thing. So the guy should have and must have known this before, like should have known. If I don't know if he knew, but if there's another boyfriend in the picture, I would not. This is very dangerous, because you think about it, two guys, one girl. You know, all sorts of things can happen. The guy could get jealous. The guy could have like just said, you know, this is my girl. You know, I'm gonna, you know. So understanding the girl is very important. You know, just taking her out to some sushi restaurant or whatever, that's pointless, man. That doesn't do anything. Um, so yeah, like just I would say that's the thing. That's a basic thing you need to do. Understanding. Also, I would say you need to a couple other precautions. Go in like most time. Don't go out too late at night. I would say in Colombia, unless it's a Friday, Saturday, and you're in like a very nightlifey place, don't go out like after midnight. There are some clubs there, but that do start quite late. But I know, but you know, if you do go with friends. Don't go by yourself. You know, don't just like go on a date. Go date like in the middle of nowhere. And also these girls, they know that you're trusting. They're playing the long game, quote unquote long game. But I think their original purpose is not to play the long game, as in they wanna, you know, do that. But I think happens is the girls think, oh, I got this guy, like, you know, and then they start, you know, things start happen. Like they start thinking other ideas, especially if the guys are in the picture. So yeah, that's my take of the situation. Should guys still go? I would say be careful, because you know, go out in a group. Don't drink on anybody else drink. Like I know drinking is like just hard to control. You know, once you're like tipsy, you're drunk a little bit. Now you don't know what's going on, and the next day you wake up like 5 p.m. in your bed. So I don't know. But then if you don't drink, like you're not gonna enjoy Colombia as much. So it's a difficult one. Let me know what you guys think. If you're in Colombia, how do you actually like? I would say also dating apps can be very dangerous. Dating app. Why are these guys using dating apps? Um, because it's easy, right? Dating apps, you don't have to go out and make friends. You don't need to go out and make banter. No, believe it or not, making friends is a tough job these days, right? Especially after the pandemic, everybody is so isolated. You know, all they gotta do is just swipe, right? It's so much easier. Why do you have to go out and make some friends with locals or other expats? Well, why you can do this, right? To cure your loneliness, if you want just get girls. So I would say make friends, but also be careful which friends you make. You know, some guys you can clearly see from a mile away he's a dodgy guy. Some guys you need to know a little bit better to understand their mindset, what's their intentions. No, so it's a difficult one. That's why I think actually Asian guys, especially Asian guys or other guys, but should kind of, you know, have a group, stick together a bit. If you're in Medellin, you shouldn't do things by yourself, I think. Especially also if you have a group, you know, it's easier to invite girls over, right, to a house party and stuff. So yeah.